On ASEAN Highlight this week, we have the second part of our special report on regional connectivity. But first up, we're going to take a look at some of the celebration that goes to commemorating the 60 years anniversary of relations between Thailand and Indonesia. This was all part of the commemorative activities which celebrate the diplomatic relation between Thailand and Indonesia stretching back to March 7, 1950, when the two countries signed a treaty of friendship promising each other their shared desire to strengthen and perpetuate friendly relations. Held last Monday, the spectacle, performed by an avant-garde visual artist, a dance choreographer, a classical music composer and musicians, brought the vibrancy of Jakarta's colorful art scene to audiences made up of diplomats and dignitaries in Bangkok. Thai Foreign Minister Kasit Pirom, who was among the spectators of this show, sees music as an important bridge that helps cultivate friendship and understanding between different people and culture.
But I think something that is quite borderless, namely music, as a bridge between the Indonesian and the Thai people. And I think in this world, I think we should use music as the medium of human understanding and friendship. So hopefully that would also, make each other's, understand each other better through music.
In the realm of culture, the relationships between the two places have far surpassed the 60 years diplomatic association perpetuated by trade and interactions between the two people over the years. The sophisticated Javanese culture have had in the distant past huge influences on the various facets of Thai culture, ranging from the concept of kingship, the localization of Indic system of belief, the advent and development of Islam in Southeast Asia, through to other traits in music, food and cultural practices. In the more recent history, Thailand's past political struggles and democratic experiences in many ways serve as an example to Indonesia's own struggle against military dictatorship, a challenge which the Indonesians have overcome exceedingly well after the collapse of General Suharto's new order in 1998. While commonality on history and democracy plays an important part in the relationship between the two countries, recent people-to-people exchanges and contacts in contemporary context has also further strengthened the connection between Indonesia and Thailand.
So exchange of people to people now is getting better and better, and with them also comes tourism, direct trade among people, and the most importantly is relation among young people, students and universities. Now there is more and more cooperation in terms of research on science and technology between the two countries, on agriculture for sure, on health and medicines, and so many others. So I think from the past history until present today, we see the better and stronger foundation of relation between the two countries.
Like many in Southeast Asian diplomatic circle, Dr. Siswo Pramono, who was among the people attending last Friday's launching of a book, Fostering Indonesia-Thailand Relations After 60 Years and Beyond, sees connectivity promoted under the ASEAN framework as beneficial to the strengthening of relations between Thailand and Indonesia, as both countries, which are already partners in many areas, will continue to play important roles in regional integration and the forging of its common future. Following last week's report on the Mekong River and the Golden Triangle, this week we take a look at the Route 3 or the R3 highway that connects Southeast Asia with China. The Chiang Khong Hue Sai River crossing is a major traffic point between northern Thailand and Lao PDR, where a large amount of goods and people crosses the Great Mekong River, generating revenues for both countries daily from trade and tourism. We're on a ferry trip carrying cargo trucks from Chiang Khong in Thailand into Hue Sai in Lao PDR. Hundreds of these boats take this trip daily to carry goods from Thailand into Laos. This could all change once the construction of the 4th Thai-Lao Bridge is finished, making the overland route between mainland Southeast Asia and China, the Route 3 or R3 highway, more completed. According to sources from Thailand's National Economic and Social Development Board, the bridge should be finished by the year 2013. Envisaged by the Asian Development Bank since the early 1990s, many sections of the R3 in Thailand and Lao PDR are still under construction and improvement. It was not so long ago that many parts of the road were inaccessible during the monsoon season, particularly the road from Hoi Sai on the banks of the Mekong that winds through the mountains in northern Lao PDR to Ban Bo Ten on the Lao-China border. In the Thai northern province of Chiang Rai, road expansions are currently underway in many parts of the highway linking the Thai-Myanmar border town of Mae Sai with the Golden Triangle in Chiang San and the Mekong river port town of Chiang Khong, the Thai gateway to Lao PDR. In Chiang San district adjacent to the Golden Triangle, plans are in place by the Thai government to expand the road here to 8 lanes to accommodate increased traffic in the future. Some, like this shopkeeper at the Golden Triangle, are very enthusiastic about this and see the expansion of the highway as a new opportunity to bring more tourists to the area.
มันน่าจะผลเสียอะไรมากมายนะฮะก็ดีด้วยซ้ำที่ว่านะครับถ้าว่า R3A มาปุ๊บเขาก็จะได้ข้ามมาฝั่งเรานะฮะ
Nevertheless, many locals are concerned about the changes the road will bring to the environs of the town center, a historic and important settlement by the Mekong River that can be dated back more than 1,000 years ago, even before the 13th century Lan Na Kingdom prospered in these parts. The expansion of roads and highways as part of the efforts to enhance connectivity in the greater Mekong sub-region raises questions on the impact it will have on the environment as well as historical sites like this 14th century Wat Pa Sak here in Chiang San. This is something that the local community here want to raise this issue with other stakeholders in regional development to take into their consideration. The road expansion that is currently taking place would mean that the 8 lanes highway would have to be squeezed to 2 lanes as it passes Chiang San's town center because of the old city wall. Miti Yaprasit, a leader of the Rak Chiang San Conservation Group, told us that the local here feel that the bottlenecking of the highway here could create more road accidents. Moreover, the felling of old trees to accommodate the highway expansion has also upset them.
เราต้องให้คนในท้องถิ่นของเราเนี่ยได้ช่วยมีส่วนร่วมในการพัฒนาถึงแม้ว่าเขาจะเขียนแบบเขียนอะไรมาเสร็จเรียบร้อยแล้วแต่ถ้าเกิดว่ามันผิดเราก็ปรับปรุงได้นะฮะเราก็เปลี่ยนได้เราถูกกระทำอย่างเงี้ยคือการพัฒนาที่ไม่ได้มองศักยภาพมองอัตลักษณ์ของเมืองแล้วก็มาทำลายสิ่งเหล่านี้ไปคนเชียงแสนจะเสียใจนะครับ
The calls made by the people of Chiang San does not necessarily mean that they all disapprove of the idea of the road project, but rather the method used in the planning and the execution. Prices are higher elsewhere along the R3, as it is reported that thousands of people in northern Lao PDR were relocated to make way for the road construction. The calls for more public participation in the process of development should be answered by relevant authorities and regional stakeholders to ensure that the road, which is already 2 decades in the making, really benefit local communities living along it. As the water levels of the Mekong River become more and more unpredictable over the last couple of years, roads like the R3 will become the new bloodlines for the region, and people living along it should at least have a say about their future. I'm Panu Wongcha-um of Thai News Agency, reporting for ASEAN TV from the Route 3 highway in northern Thailand and Lao PDR. We wrap things up this week by reviewing some of the impacts that the natural disasters have had in this region.
Devastation has gripped on much of Asia for the past 2 weeks, with natural disasters such as the earthquake and tsunami hitting Japan. Parts of the ASEAN region have also suffered from natural calamities. Not more than a week ago, Shan State in northeastern Myanmar was hit by the strongest earthquake ever recorded in the country's history, a 6.8 magnitude earthquake that has turned villages into rubble and forced thousands, if not more, to be homeless. And people in neighboring countries, hundreds of kilometers away, also felt the ground around them shook. Though the capital of Vietnam, Hanoi, also experienced the tremor, the north of Thailand, Chiang Rai, has lost 1 life from the earthquake, a woman who was killed by her collapsed walls. And while the military government of Myanmar is doing its best to reach the quake-stricken areas in their northeast, the Thai government is garnering efforts to try to help and rescue those affected by yet another heavy floods. The south of Thailand has once again been hit hard by the unannounced flooding, inundating most of the provinces there in the south. People are facing hardships and rescue efforts were hampered by the continued flooding a few days ago. And although the rain has stopped, the water levels in the flood-affected provinces remain to be critical. The heavy flooding also caused landslides and flash floods in the southern provinces, bringing the people there more grievances. Thousands are yet again left homeless, and some most probably have not even fully recovered from the last agonizing flooding. However, devastations do not only bring misfortunes. There is not a moment that will better show unity, love, and kindness among everyone than such times as these. While Thais are helping each other by gathering necessities to give to those that have been hit by the flood or affected by the recent earthquake from Burma, the world is showing a great deal of sympathy towards Japan. Everyone around the world is contributing something to the worst disaster-devastated country, whether that is money, necessities, or just pure support. All in all, natural disasters are happening more frequently around the world, and the scale of their destruction is also rising. No one can really give the exact answer of why they are happening, and all we can do is to help each other and stay united to overcome whatever challenges or hardships we may have to face in the future.
And that's it for this edition of ASEAN Highlights. And on behalf of our news team here, I hope you all have a lovely weekend and swadee krap.